Dr. Ravina Deshrestha is a well-known face and international award-winning banker in Nepal. She is currently working as an Assistant Deputy CEO at Mega Bank Private Limited. She is also the Vice Chairman of the Women Entrepreneurs Committee under the Central Office of the FNCCI. She started her career as a trainee assistant in Standard Chartered Bank and worked there for 13 years. Before switching to Nabil Bank, she served as a business development manager for the bank. Then she worked as a chief consumer officer at Nabil Bank for 5 years. Ravina says she feels content as a banker and sums her passionate 27-year-long journey like this.
27 years in banking, well, let's take it that way, but not in a morose way. If I were to die 5 minutes from now, or 5 days from now, or 5 months from now, I think I'll die a happy banker. Banker in the sense, in terms of, I'll die a happy professional. I think in any profession that you are in, at the end of the day, it's about the contribution that you make. And if I were to assess what kind of contribution I have made in the banking industry, I think it has been pretty influential, and in terms of getting people to become better professionals, which is, I'm talking about the staff who have worked with me. There are people who have progressed from assistant levels, including myself, from assistants to managers, and they're managing teams at the moment. So it's been very, very fulfilling. But when you look out in terms of the kind of contribution you have made in the national context or in the banking industry, if you look at consumer finance today, consumer finance, I was very lucky to be part of the team that introduced consumer finance to Nepal. So I think that is one contribution that I can look back, and like I said, if I were to die today, 5 months from now, or 5 days from now, or 5 minutes from now, I think in the spirit sense, I would say, yeah, I did make a contribution in Nepal, in the profession that I was in terms of the consumer finance, getting people, the retailers, the consumers to want to seek for more, to uplift their lifestyle, their finances, and getting people to understand the concept of saving, and also contribution to the industry as well as the country as a whole. So I think it has been great in terms of also microfinance. You know, in a country like Nepal, in a developing country like ourselves, which is still in a very in a progressive state, I would like to think. There's still a lot to be done as a banker, but then we have reached where a lot of people have not, and now I'm talking about the institution that I am in right now. And individually as well as an institution, I think, I know that I am very fulfilled.
Ravina is an established figure in the country and a huge inspiration for youths, especially women who want to step up in the banking sector to make it big. A mother and a manager of 2 successful actor sons, she is a driven woman who has strong opinions about almost anything and everything. She talks about the present entrepreneurship, management, business and economic environment as a whole in Nepal. She also mentions the prospects, opportunities and the challenges along.
You know, the beauty of being in a developing nation, there are 2 things. You can either look at a country and say, oh, it's a country that needs a lot of development, and so let me get out of here, you know, or there's too much to be done. Or you can look at a country which is developing and say, wow, there's a lot to be done. How can I contribute? And for people who've reached a mature stage in their careers, I think, I'm talking about myself personally, I think in a country like Nepal, there's still so much to be done. So I see only opportunities, and this is something that I've said in a lot of interviews. When I talk to people, even entrepreneurs at the moment, you know, for quite a while, I speak to entrepreneurs and I tell them, look, I know things are difficult in the sense because of a political situation which has not been very stable. Hopefully, fingers crossed, things will look up. Things will look up soon, and we will get our act together. And there are a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurs, whether it be Nepal as a country. I think we need to get the people who've left the country back home. We need to get them back home. We need to get them back home, make such a country that is looked upon by the citizens as a place where I can stay as a first-class citizen in my own country and contribute and build my own nation, instead of going out and working as second-class citizens or working as laborers or the various kinds of jobs that people are doing, whether it be blue-collared or white-collared, So I see good prospects for Nepal. That's the reason why I'm still here as well. As of now, I'm still here because I still see opportunities in Nepal. And when I see what is happening and the kind of the way people are thinking at the moment in terms of businesses and how the youth, even small and medium enterprises, the way they are thinking, entrepreneurship has become the buzzword for quite a while. There are people who are very, very interested in contributing, in creating jobs, in becoming their own bosses, tapping into technology, the latest, whatever is missing in the country, or whatever the consumers are not getting, or whatever the businessmen are lacking, and trying to build that and lobby that and incorporate that into their businesses so that as a whole, as an individual, it becomes a better place to live, a more lucrative in terms of businesses to run. And there are lots of investments that are being made in terms of the training and the resource people that are being built and who are thinking of, now training people. I'm sure, of course, there are lots of new concepts when we look out not very far, even in Southeast Asia. But we definitely do have a long way to go, but there are lots of programs that are being run which encourage entrepreneurship. So I do see good prospects for Nepal, and if all of us put our heads together, I think Nepalese, we're very resilient. We're amazing people, and not just resilient, but very intelligent and calm, patient people who have amazing ideas. It's in our blood. So if we can actually channelize that and focus on how to build better lives for ourselves, and also to contribute in such a way that we are proud to hold our Nepali citizenship, to show our Nepali citizenship, and when we travel out to show our green passport, our Nepali passport. I think that's the way it should be. But as a country, I think things are looking up. I've always been very, very positive. I always see light at the end of the tunnel, and more so now.
Dr. Ravina has been one of the biggest supporters of People's Campus from the very beginning. She is one amongst very few who generously invested her time on the students of People's Campus. The students were lucky enough to have met her twice for both the print and video interview. How did she feel interacting with the young energy of People's Campus? Let's have a look.
I was absolutely bowled over and delighted when I met Pravash, and I met the entire team who came here to interview me. And I consider myself blessed as well, to use a cliched line. Yeah, blessed, yes. Because, and I think the word blessed is not overused, because having met them, I was more encouraged I always think that the youth have brilliant minds, and your DNA is, evolved to who you are now and how you all think, because the future is all, the future is you. The future is you. We can sit here and we can share our experiences of how life has worked for us and what did not work for us, and it'll be up to you all to pick up from where we did not do very well, and see if you can relate that into your own lives and maybe not do what we did and where we stumbled. But it was amazing meeting you all, because I saw such bright minds. I saw the willingness to want to do something. I saw a very, very intelligent, bright minds, and with the willingness to do something. And if that is an ingredient that brings about a lot of change. For me, I was very happy and delighted to meet whoever I did individually. I'm sorry I didn't remember all your names, but I hope to meet you all again, and It's a wonderful experience, and once again I'll say I feel blessed that I met you all. So thank you for coming to visit me.
That kind of reaction from Dr. Ravina herself has really encouraged all the students of People's Campus. She thinks the youth are the future and they should not bound themselves with limitations. She believes the sky is the limit and we should always be curious. Let's see what more she has to say to everyone who is watching right now.
My message to everyone watching this video is very simple, which is what I said in the last interview, and what you will find in a lot of my interviews is, this is one lifetime. Who knows what's going to come after? So do not stifle the kind of dreams that you have, and especially the youth. Make sure that you let yourself flower. And so what if you make mistakes? To the youth as well as people of any age, you know, it's one lifetime. So if you have dreams within you, go out and try them out. You know, I've met so many people who confine themselves to the four, you know, the self-constructed boxes that they have around themselves. Go out and pursue your dreams, and who knows, you may be a good guitarist, or you may be a good doctor, but you also might be a very, very good motivational speaker. You could be there could be a book inside of you. Please follow your dreams. And there was one quote that I always remember, which is, you know, let me have led my life in such a way that when I reach my deathbed, or even if it's in a flash, I will go there saying, whoa, the ride has been spectacular and I did not miss out on anything. You know, like I said, as a professional, even if I die 5 minutes from now, I am fulfilled. I am totally fulfilled. Lead a life that makes you fulfilled. And if you need to make changes, do that. It's one lifetime. Make the most of it.
Dr. Ravina Deshwar is a true definition of women empowerment. She is one of the biggest inspirations for the students of People's Campus. We would like to thank her for her time and wish her a happy, healthy, and more successful life ahead.